Hello students, in this video I am going to explain the text of the essay The March of Mind by Dr. S. Radhakrishnan. This text is found in the textbook Prose and Fiction that is prescribed for BA Part 3rd English Literature Paper 2nd in MGS University, Bikaner. Before I move on the text, I want to discuss what is said in the previous paragraph of the essay. In the previous part, in the previous paragraph of the essay, Dr. Radhakrishnan praises the study of science and technology. He says that the study of science and technology develops in the students an attitude of tolerance, open mindedness, and they are free from prejudice, and they become receptive to new ideas. Science reveals to them the unexpected things and the wonders. Now I move on the text. Nevertheless, these qualities are developed by science incidentally and not immediately. Dr. Radhakrishnan says that these qualities in the students of science and technology, the qualities of tolerance, open mindedness, freedom from prejudice, and receptive to new ideas, these qualities are developed by science incidentally. Incidentally means time to time and not immediately. And they do not get these qualities immediately, but these qualities are developed with the as they study the science. It does not directly deal with the non intellectual aspects of human nature. The study of science does not directly deal with the non intellectual aspects. Non intellectual aspects means that are not related to wit or mind of human nature. Means in science, the students find the truth. They do not study the emotional part of any subject. The economic man who produces and consumes, an economic man, the person who produces something and consumes, the intellectual man, the scientific man is not the whole man. As the scientific people do not study the human nature, so they are not the whole man. Whole means complete man. The disproportionate emphasis on science and technology has been causing concern to thinking men all over the world. The disproportionate emphasis. Disproportionate means much. Emphasis on science and technology has been causing concern. It has become a concern to thinking men all over the world. Means it is necessary to think on the disproportionate or much emphasis on the study of science and technology. The great crimes against civilizations are committed not by the primitive and the uneducated but by the highly educated and the so called civilized. Dr. Radhakrishnan says that the great crimes against civilization, against humankind, are committed not by the primitive. Primitive means rural and the uneducated people. The great crimes which we see that are happening in our society mostly are not committed by the rural people or the uneducated people but by the highly educated and the so called civilized. He says that the great crimes in nowadays are being committed by the highly educated and the so called civilized people or the urban people. One recalls the saying that the most civilized state is no further from barbarism than the most polished steel is from rust. One recalls, anyone can recall or remember the saying, the statement that the most civilized state, that the people who claim that they are civilized, is no further from barbarism. Barbarism is wildness. They are becoming wild. The people who are educated, they are becoming more wild than the most polished steel is from rust. As the most polished steel gets rusted soon, in the same way as we claim that we are educated and more civilized, and we are getting nearer to the wildness. Scientists have now found means by which human nature can be wiped off the surface of this planet. Scientists have now found means, they have now found means or sources by which human life can be wiped off. Human life can be cleaned on the surface of this planet. This planet is Earth. Scientists have found the sources by which human life or the existence of human life can be extinguished or wiped off or cleaned on earth. Of the many problems that now face the leaders of the world, none is of the graver consequence than the problem of saving the human race from extinction. Of the many problems, there are many problems in society, but now face the leaders of the world. The leaders of the world are facing a much terrible problem. None is of the graver consequence. No problem is more serious, more serious results than the problem of saving the human race from extinction. Extinction means ending. The leaders of the world are finding a problem that is of more serious concern. That problem is how to save the human race from being end. Struggling as we are with the fateful horizons of an atomic age, the achievements of science have induced in our minds a mood of despair, making us feel homeless exiles caught in a blind machine. Struggling as we are with the fateful horizons of an atomic age. Dr. Radhakrishnan says that we are struggling with the fateful horizons of an atomic age. We are passing through an atomic age, and the achievement of science have induced in our minds a mode of despair. As we are doing more progress in the field of science, the achievements of science are inducing means bringing in our minds a mode of despair. Despair means disappointment, making us feel homeless. More and more we are doing progress in the field of science, and more we are becoming disappointed. We are feeling as homeless exiles. Exiles means to be away or to be excluded from the home, caught in a blind machine. We have become the victim. We have become a slave of the blind machine. We are standing on the edge of an abyss. Dr. Radhakrishnan says that we are standing on the edge. Edge means corner of an abyss. Abyss is a big pit, or perhaps even sliding towards it. He says that we are standing on the corner of a pit or a big pit, even perhaps even sliding towards it, or perhaps we are moving towards the pit. We are going to fall. We are near to fall down in the pit. The Prime Minister of England in a recent speech contemplated the Prime Minister of England in a recent speech had expressed his views. He said, "We and all nations stand at this hour in human history before the portals of supreme catastrophe and measureless reward. He said that we and all nations is standing at this hour in human history before the portals. Portals means entrance of the supreme catastrophe. He said we all the human beings are standing before the entrance of the much catastrophe. Catastrophe means disastrous state. We are standing at the entrance of uh, the condition of being destroyed and measureless means that cannot be counted reward of science. He says that we are standing at the entrance of being destroyed. Our faith is that in God's mercy we shall choose aright. But he said that he has a faith in God's mercy that we will choose the right path, in which case the annihilating character of these agencies, we will choose the right path, in which case the annihilating character, the destroying character of these agencies here is science and technology, may bring unutterable security to human mind. It will bring security. Unutterable means that cannot be told. Security to the human mind. He says that we are standing at the entrance of being destroyed, but he says that he has faith in God's mercy and we will choose the right path by which we can get security to humankind. To choose aright requires the cultivation of the heart and the intelligence. To choose aright means to choose the right path requires the cultivation. Cultivation means to develop the heart and the intelligence. We are to develop the human feelings along with the intelligence. Escape from decline and catastrophe depends not on scientific ideas and material forces but on the perceptions and ideas of men and women. Escape from decline and catastrophe. Decline means to remove from. If we want to remove from the catastrophic condition, from the destroying condition, it depends not on scientific ideas and material forces. It does not depend on scientific ideas and the physical forces but on the perception. Perception means the feeling or the thinking and ideas of men and women, on the moral judgments of the community. If we want to save ourselves, it depends on the perception or ideas or thinking of men and women, on the moral judgment of the community. Community means society. How we get the feeling of judgment, how we get the attitude of judgment with a moral basis. If we choose rightly, if we choose the right path, the achievements of science may lead to such a degree of material wealth and abundance of leisure as has never before been possible in human history. He said, Dr. Radhakrishnan says that if we choose the right path, then the achievements of science or the development of science may lead to us to such a degree of material wealth. We will be able to attain so much physical wealth and abundance of leisure. We will get so much leisure or restful position as has never been possible in human history. All this will be possible if we achieve a revolution in the inner compulsions that control us. All this will be possible. We will be able to get the um, abundance of physical wealth and much rest. All this will be possible only if we achieve a revolution, if we get an upper hand, or if we will develop in ourselves the inner controls or inner compulsions that control us. If we develop the habit of control in ourselves, we can use much of science and technology. So, in this paragraph, Dr. Radhakrishnan wants to say that the study of science and technology is useful if we use these in a better way. If we use these advancements in the welfare of the society. But if we use the study of science and technology uh, in the destruction of the human race, or in the extinction of human race, then it is dangerous for us. So what we are to do, we are to develop such thinking, such perception, such ideas that would work for the welfare of society. And if we have the feeling of society or the welfare of society in our minds, then we can use the advancements of science and technology in a better way. Thanks.